in action. Ready for some D&D. A little late, but never too late.
You know?
No.
Better late than never.
Well, I'm gonna have to make some changes.
Okay, who's got the recap?
So true.
It was a big session.
I think everybody used inspiration.
Yeah, actually. No, but do I remember?
I still have bardic inspiration.
That's
No, that's
different.
definitely done.
What?
Yeah, that only lasts
It
for
only
10
lasts 10
minutes.
minutes.
I could.
Yeah, but we just had the things.
You won't need it.
I'll give it to you again. I remember.
We did. Okay, I mean, I can do the recap. If
Do
nobody
it!
else wants to.
Woo!
Okay. So we had where we picked up. We had just basically defeated the Embers and trapped Aerosmith in a force cage.
Oh yeah.
Just before that, he had emberized the king, who then told his guards to kill Olaroon, and that's where we left off.
He did what to the king?
Emberized.
Oh.
Got him through the eye.
Got it. Thank you.
Got good.
And so that's where we picked up. And so we did some quick thinking to get Olaroon safe. We definitely killed the king and then revivified him. And then he called off his guards and we were able to stand down. He was feeling kind of woozy after kind of dying twice, I guess, in a span of like 5 minutes.
As one does.
Yeah. Him and all the NPCs except Aerosmith went back to the camp, which made it easy. We then went and chatted with Eris. It was annoying because he's arrogant and it's dumb. And so we talked about different ways that we were gonna kill him, or try to get information out of him. At one point, Willow managed to dispel the portal that he had opened up, and so that went away. And then he dimension doored, Misty stepped, whatever. He magicked out of the force cage, and combat ensued. We put the hurt on him. He tried to escape a few times, got counterspelled twice, was real close to dead, but then did manage to make good his escape into the mountains.
Which technically you could try and find him.
I think we decided that we weren't going to.
How could we find him?
We just go hiking.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
You have a flying horse.
In some direction.
And you have wings.
And I have wings.
Should we go try to find him?
For a little while longer.
And just finish this?
He's gone.
God,
We
the
did decide,
wings.
we did talk about that, and we concluded that if you went after him, you would die.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you guys don't really have a way of like
But Gladys can't really take him down.
minding the gap, because it was a
Right.
sheer cliff and he went yonder.
Yeah, so...
Well, and Gladys would be like, punchy, punchy. Like, there's not much she can do
Spongy,
with her.
spongy.
Right.
I have no more spell slots.
Yeah.
We were pretty well used up. He got away. The overall narrative arc was saved. And
I did not think you guys would get that close to killing him. I really didn't. Those counter spells snuck up on me.
That, but also, none of our spells were working.
That's true. It had to be 7th or above 7th level, right? As far as we could tell.
And we never had one that did work, so we don't know.
It had to be above 7th level to hit him anyway. So mostly it would have to be like Gyrus and Baz going after him, but we can't move that fast.
Well,
So
just kidding.
as long as there are shadows, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the middle of the day.
Even without, what's your movement speed now?
60.
And you do have permanent spider climb or whatever, so you can
Yeah,
just
I do.
go anywhere. You probably could run him down in all
And you
reality.
can hop on top of Gus.
Yeah. Anyway, I think
Next time.
we decided we weren't going to.
It's done.
We put the fear in him. We know he can bleed. He knows we can make him bleed. And the next time.
It's all up to me. We still have plenty to do on our to-do list.
Yeah, next
We need dwarf gas.
we need dwarf gas. We need to collect. we need to open the door and gather all the
Make
dwarf
sure you
parts
ask
that
just
have been.
like that.
collected over the many centuries that they have lived in there.
Can we collect piles?
Yeah,
We're interested
and that's
in
where
your
we are.
gas.
And so we go back to camp and gather the king, and we are going to go meet the dwarves. Also, we don't know this, but the king got a permanent madness where he is incredibly suggestible.
It was a like a middle of the road madness, and it apparently wears off after 10 minutes. So
Nice.
That's actually
I was like, oh god, this is gonna be so bad for like the whole time.
Diplomatic relations.
That's what I was saying.
window.
Like he's gonna go home and Lazona's gonna be like, let's do this, and the king's gonna be like, sure, great, and then she's gonna be like, give me all the power, and he's gonna be like, yeah, sure, that sounds good. It's like, yeah. And then we would be killing an empress or whatever instead of just like, not that we're gonna kill her, but
She's gonna be a princess.
she's
not
gonna,
an empress.
she will end up dead. We'll just.
She's gonna end up dead anyway.
I already
will
killed
be
one
unalived
king,
at some
so
point.
It's true.
She's gonna be unalived.
Anyway, we're gonna go in and talk to dwarves.
As the youngins say.
right.
I don't know that I missed any important details.
No, I think that's pretty much it.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah, there's lots of fun little moments that happen during the battle.
So you should go back and watch the episode. if
Yeah,
you
for
haven't
sure.
seen it.
Check it on the YouTube.
And
Smash that
so
subscribe.
you get inspiration.
Inspo.
Change the music here.
Just check that right there.
And so yeah, you are at the gates of the Halberg Heights. The dwarven city is called the Halberg Heights, as well as the mountain range, so it's like New York, New York.
Okay.
It could be that over time the Halberg Heights were just named after the city, or vice versa. Tough to say.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, let's see here. The gates are closed, and you are standing there. The king is off around the distance. I imagine you go and gather him up.
Yes. Were we?
He went back to where you guys were, like camping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it would be better to just go in now rather than. I mean, we're all depleted, but it's the middle of the day, right?
Yeah.
So it would
It's more morning time.
likely be safer if we got inside,
Yeah, let's find a hotel.
even though we don't necessarily know
A
how the
tavern.
dwarves will welcome us.
That sounds good.
Let's do it.
But we can ask nicely.
Okay. I mean,
So
is the king amenable
Are
to?
you gonna go you're gonna go gather the king then?
Yeah. I don't think we're just gonna knock on the
and
door.
We'll, like, update
Come
him.
and knock on our door.
I guess we should defer to his.
Yeah, what he would
Rank.
suggest is, you know, the...
Yeah.
That's what Willow would suggest.
Well, he pretty much was like, you guys take care of Eris and let me know when it's done. I think is the idea.
Yeah. So we will tell him the truth. That Eris is not dead, but
He's a little bitch.
ran away with his.
He is a little
Oh,
bitch.
But we'll tell him he's a little bitch.
But he's a
Yeah.
little bitch.
We gathered a lot of information, and we figured out that he can definitely be killed
Okay.
by stabbing and other mundane means.
I forgot to put a
Calling your
picture
magic
of it.
fists mundane.
Other. I'm trying to
More
come
like
up with a.
fun day.
Okay, there it is.
Hey!
Trying to come up
That
with a
was good.
pun there.
It's fine.
Also involved with
Butt busting.
the butt busting.
Oh my god, the butt busting. It's
the damn
successful.
All right. So
Booty
King
blows.
Stiltoff,
Mhm.
Grint, and his mage Olaroon are with you, as well as a few of his guardians. You go to the gate doorway. Give it a knock, and nothing seems to happen. There doesn't seem to be any seam or any sort of
Magic
access
barrier.
way, anything like that.
Is there any? Is there like
Let's look at every
a
true
hole
sight.
that looks like a Warforged would be able to like
Like a droid.
finger? Yeah, like a
droid access port?
Yeah,
It's
and
like
it,
you're
opens.
secretly R2D2.
Does it look like there's a ring doorbell?
Does it say
Don't
no?
stick your thing.
Make a investigation check. Whoever
Okay,
has proficiency or
Okay.
No, I lied.
I don't think anybody
I don't.
has
Mine's a minus
investigation.
I might have something.
Whoever's got the highest.
Plus
I have a
6.
+1.
I shall investigate.
Bards. Bards are good
What
at
is
everything.
going on with you?
Holy shit! 18 plus
Jack-
6.
Jack of all
Of
trades.
which I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Very good. Very nice.
No!
That's too far for me.
Shit. It's gone. It's dead.
Gone and lost forever, but
Does-
it's here.
Does anyone speak Dwarvish?
Yeah, me!
You do?
So do I.
Speak
think
and
so.
read. Speak and read Dwarvish.
I think so.
Okay.
I do not.
Okay, but
I'm pretty sure Dwarvish is one of my
you
skills.
you just somehow happen upon a little nook in the side of the in the side of one of the pillars. This is all ornately carved out, as you can see here, and you know put you put your finger on it and give it a press, and it seems to give off a click.
Gasp! And then.
Your
It's pretty-
passive perception, you can slightly hear maybe like some follow-up clicks and hums, like from deep within the.
It's like in
The
Harry
door.
Potter.
Yes,
the
that's
bank.
exactly what I pictured.
Yes! Like Gringotts.
The doors don't swing open, but you after let's say an hour or so of trying different things and waiting around,
An hour.
a small door,
Yeah.
more like a window, like a
You?
yeah, I don't know
Oh,
what's that? I don't know what that's called.
Up the
People.
peep window.
I guess, but yeah, it slides over and it's about dwarven height,
Nobody sees a wizard.
and
Nobody know how.
Okay.
and
Someone that doesn't like musicals. Shocking.
the dwarf introduces himself as Prince Yafror.
Prince. We get a prince
Prince
right off the bat?
Yafror?
Answering the door? Prince Yafor answering the door.
Yafror Safgut.
Soft.
Safgut.
Soft. One more time? Soft.
I can't spell it.
Saf-
Damien's not gonna learn it.
Yafror.
Now is it like Prince the title or Prince
Prince
the
Soft.
name?
Is his first name Prince?
That'd be a great
So he-
idea.
So he
Not
yeah, he
for it.
slides
Spell it
the
how
thing
you
open.
spell
Oh, I don't know.
Slides the thing open, and says,
Yafror.
"Welcome to the gates of the Halberg Heights. I am Prince Yafror Safgut, and who may I have the pleasure of speaking with today?"
Okay. Real quick retcon. I'm sure somebody is designated as the spokesperson before
Gotta
we
be
got
someone
here.
with
Well, the
charisma.
king,
Yeah.
the king would probably.
Would he
Yeah.
speak for himself?
Oh,
Okay.
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
It was like line just comes right through.
You guys kind of like make way,
Sure,
and
yeah.
the king walks up very nobly.
I like that.
Sally.
It is fine to meet you in person, Prince Yafro Safgut.
Just crushes
I-
that name, no problem.
Like he's had
Well, he-
breakfast.
Nobles.
I
Actually,
think
he would probably
he
know
knows
the
who
yeah,
this is.
yeah, that's
There is some communication.
yeah. They
Fr-
should know.
It's just extremely slow and outdated information that gets to and fro from
Mhm.
the Dwarven city and out. People rarely leave the city.
and nobles know nobles.
Exactly. And you gotta keep some tabs on things that are going on. And so he says,
Confirmed I do speak Dwarvish.
I am Lord of Esmerin, King Stiltoff Grit, and I have come at a dire hour to speak with your father, King of Dwarves under the mountain, Nemdonlir Safgut.
I'm not spelling that.
He is a little surprised, and the prince says, "Very well. We will return with the king's decision." And he shuts it.
Cool.
And
TBD.
Time to
another like
Long rest.
3 hours go by.
Ugh.
If anyone
good.
needs to take any short rest.
So
Yes.
short rest.
Yeah, short
We
rest
can
is
get
great.
hit points.
Rest.
All right.
Song of rest.
Yeah, and I can do the Song of Rest.
My God, yeah, do the Song of Rest. Do we still have our temporary hit points?
No, but that'll give them back.
It'll replace.
Actually, no, I can only do that on a long rest.
You would have them if you didn't get hit.
No, I did.
Okay, then you don't get them back.
Yes. If
Well,
you,
do I? But I have 12 of them left.
You still keep
well, then
them.
you keep them.
You keep them until a long rest or until.
But those are the things that get used first. If you
Right.
ever got hit, those are the things you get rid of first, and then after that, you go into your normal hit points.
Yeah.
Temporary hit points are used first.
Pretty sure.
Then maybe I'm out.
I don't
Sorry.
know. Pretty
I'm
sure-
just going to say I'm out.
Pretty sure Gladys and Endymion took most
Move
of the hits.
move the difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm at 66 up.
Because somehow
That's-
my hit
I'm gonna
points
do
say
some
95, and then
hit die.
my temporary hit points at
Right, I
12.
I think you forgot.
And I was
die
like,
right
Yeah, you probably just
Yeah.
That's no
You
big
just
deal.
have to mark it.
Yep.
You just make,
One deal, okay.
make the difference. That's all.
okay, past Shannon.
1d8.
Past Baz.
It doesn't come up that often. It's not
Before I
surprising.
do all that,
Yeah,
yeah.
sorry. Short rest. I guess I could get 6 hit points back.
Oh.
And I'll do Song of Rest, which gives everybody a temporary 1d10. No, that's not right.
No.
We do
You
have a
roll.
I
with
think
the
it's
notes.
18.
A Song of Rest.
Wait, let me sure it's
Song
not
of
the
Rest is you
Inspiring
roll-
Leader is
different
19 hit
thing,
points, right?
So a Song of Rest is an extra D10 of healing
Yeah.
for free. Oh, free.
Yep. 13th level, 1d10.
Tell us how many.
So everybody, yeah, it will be. 1 second. 9!
Nice!
Does she get hit dice?
Yes, of course.
It's not gonna matter. Don't worry.
Okay.
It matters.
That's, he's saying she's not going to be in danger,
No.
or she's definitely going to die.
It still matters.
I'm gonna be upset if she dies.
Because she survived.
Where
now.
you're going, you won't need horses.
Oh.
You don't
You're going, you don't
She
need
is
roads.
no horse. Well,
Why do we need?
All right, about 3 hours, like I mentioned, goes by, and the gates open up. The doors open up inward, and you see this long tunnel. It keeps growing larger and taller as you go deeper into the mountain. Where you approach another larger set of doors. The dwarves themselves, the prince returns and says, "You will gain entrance to the king." The king says it's all right if you come down.
Quick second.
Yeah.
The Tome of Clear Thought. How long has it been? Could I have, during that 3-hour short rest,
Not
could I
if
have
you're
been
doing a song of rest also.
The Song of Rest is 10 minutes.
Okay. So a couple
What?
hours.
I can't remember what the requirements were of the
it's a
Tome of Clear Thought,
You
but it
have
was
to
quite a
be-
bit.
You have to
Reading
read
for, like,
8
8
hours for
hours.
6 days in a row.
6 days in a row. I have 2 spots left. Is all I have. That's all I wrote down.
so you're going to do a lot of reading tonight, is what I'm hearing.
Okay. Well, I'm going to keep it in mind.
Okay.
Carry on.
I have come from the mountain.
All right, the dwarves.
That's all I can think of.
The dwarves allow you passage to the second gate. The second gate opens up, and the tunnel continues forward. This gate is made of pure steel. The first one was stone. This one is made of steel. The tunnel continues. You're walking for a good 45 minutes.
That's why it took so long.
Mhm, as well as the conversation.
I'm bored. It's dark in here.
It's dimly lit from periodically. Otherwise it's dark. Dwarves, I believe, have dark vision.
Baz is doing a lot of shadow stepping to curb her boredom.
Okay.
She's like pew, poof, poof, poof. She's quoting
You
literature.
you get to a sort of village under the mountain, and behind the village is yet another large set of doors. This one looks to be made of maybe adamantine.
What is adamantine?
Thing
It's
that-
like a harder metal.
Okay.
And the prince turns.
I'm sorry.
The prince turns and says to you,
It's not adamantine.
"And so here is where The half-elves will be remaining.
Oh. It's racist.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
No.
Wait, why?
The king
Because
and
we
all
knew that
of
was
his,
going to come.
the king and all of his company may join.
But like, what if we don't have allegiance to the elves?
And I just put my hand on your shoulder.
But I don't wanna.
We have protocols that we follow and have
hate
followed for centuries to keep our city
We should have
safe.
disguised our ears.
But would a
And
half
while I am sure that your allegiances to the crown, blood allegiances, can be hard to drop. And we will not take anyone's word for it. You will remain here or you will not gain entrance to the third door.
So we're
But
gonna
I-
split the party.
But I speak Dwarvish.
She
So
says in
there's-
Dwarvish.
I'm nice. Fine.
I'm gonna have so much time
The
to
king,
read.
the king steps forward and says, "Of course, not a problem."
Baz is in the back like.
Protocols.
Shadow stepping angrily.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna let that. They're not gonna let the half elves in, but they'll let this monstrosity. All of this, like all
That's
As
a
long
really
as
good
his
point.
ears are rounded and not pointed, then
Yeah.
he's good to
What
go.
if you can't see my ear? No, I have a shaved head.
You
Damn
definitely-
it!
You show off that ear for sure.
I
Yeah.
have a little butt like she's shaved right here, and then I have a
Yeah.
little butt, so there's no chance. I
Yeah.
hid my ears.
There
Damn
are-
it!
There are
Is
other,
there stuff for us to do?
there are other
in this
smaller like
area?
features that give your
Yeah.
that give your.
There's a
The
whole
tome.
village. You could.
Yeah.
It's
you
a
could
small
read the
village.
tome.
I'm
They
going
say
to.
they say that he says that he won't turn you out. You can have
Like, we can still pay
You'll
for
have lodging, in sort of a guest hall that's for
Fine.
these kinds of things.
For the pores.
It's nothing special, but you'll have a bed and you'll be fed, and you'll have water.
Bass is like, is there a
Served to
place
you
to
through
massage?
a grate in your
No, not anymore. She's pissed.
And so who all you two are saying? You two
Yeah.
are both half elf?
Yeah.
Okay.
What if
And Gus.
one of us just speaks Dwarvish and we're really fun?
It's already been decided.
Um,
You two are
But you
I
are
guess
going to go.
Can I roll a
long
persuasion
way.
check?
no.
That's not.
No.
There,
Dwarfs.
I can imagine that
No.
your
No.
accent would be offensive.
We could take Polyjuice potion.
What do you mean?
I'm just
What does
saying.
that mean?
I'm just saying, an elf
That's
or half elf speaking
racist.
their language. Yeah, it is, but they'd probably be like, listen to her,
I speak fluent Dwarvish.
and I bet they would find fault with it. That's all
Gasp!
I'm saying.
I don't even
I'm just
speak
saying.
Dwarvish.
The elves were the same way, you guys recall.
Yeah, the elves were extremely
Yeah.
that way.
The elves
But they didn't
like,
They
tell
were
me
like,
I couldn't
no,
go in there.
They're like, we're
You
gonna
tried-
speak common.
yeah, you
don't
spoke
try.
you spoke Elvish and they're like, that's cute and all, but
Yeah.
stop,
I also
please.
speak Elvish.
They were like Parisians.
Yo estoy Spanish.
Okay, I speak better Elvish than that.
Yo soy fiesta.
Yeah.
And, oh my god.
And
All right.
so
Gladys sits down and just starts reading her
Buongiorno.
book.
She's like, perfect.
Um,
I've needed this time.
Baz humps around
you have
with
2 hours.
little
you
black
get
poofs
you
in
get
his
brought
face.
into a room.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure this would be
You get brought into a room, and they lock the door behind them, so you guys are locked in. But you got plenty of time to read.
so much time.
Baz is gonna brood.
Actively roll a brood check.
Brooding is a free action.
Your brooding
Oh,
is
it
a
It
free
is
action.
That's fair.
You continue on through the adamantine door. They don't open it until they're sure that the half elves don't have any visibility into it.
Yes, that's
Um,
racist.
And you are taken aback by The-
That is nice. That is nice.
what you see below.
Popular.
Gasp again!
The gold and silver and jewels and the opulence of the place.
That gorgeous picture.
Mine.
out.
I ended up using the ones that I made.
Good job.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. It's gorgeous.
You're
Look at
passed.
it.
You're passed through this hall, which is a lot of statues and more like mural, like stone work and murals. There is a like it almost like magically illuminated stream that flows beneath over to this door. Opening it, you see the following, which you can see gold statues. There's sort of a temple here, and they lead you up to what you might call the castle beyond.
Wow, those are 2 separate photos.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. What? I feel like that's hard to do, you know.
Finally, you're brought
Similar
into
thing.
the main hall in the castle.
That's a big dwarf.
That's the big dwarf. That's the biggest dwarf I've ever seen.
You get a lot of looks, especially you being more than twice their height.
And
Colorful.
yeah.
It's cute.
They pay no mind to you. You get a lot of looks as well, for obvious reasons.
Bulbous.
Pustules.
Mostly you're looked at with disdain and fear as being outsiders. They don't get a lot of those. Finally, you are led into the council room.
Nice. Nice.
Whoa, is that the king of the dwarves? Look at his
Mhm.
beard.
It's a kingly beard.
And before you sits King of the Dwarves under the mountain,
Looks kind of tall.
King
Yeah.
Nemdonlir Safkut, Queen of the Dwarves under the mountain, Kormabella Safkut,
King N and Cora.
the king's eldest son, who sits to his right, Prince who you've met, Yafror Safkut.
A king?
I just
What was the king again? His name?
Nemdonlir.
Nandor.
The person on the far right of your view, the king's left, stands up and says, "Welcome, Lord of Esmaren, King Steltoff Grint, to the great halls of the Halberg Heights. I am King Nemnondir's advisor, Dugrauer Rungjard. It has been centuries since we have received the King of Esmeren, and we will look forward to the council that we have forthwith. May I present to you King Nemdonlir Safkut, Queen Komabella Safkut, and his eldest son, Prince Jafur Safkut." The king of the dwarves stands up, walks up to to King Stiltoff, and reaches out his hand curtly, and they shake. And the king sits down, and they have a little conversation. I'm not gonna do the conversation.
I really wanted to
Describe
just listen to
Me
you
too.
talk
I was
to
like, tell me a
yourself.
story.
Then I'm like, just take thoughts.
So so King Stiltoff thanks them for their hospitality. It's unfortunate that it's taken a extremely dire situation for them to finally make their way to the Halberg Heights. But he describes the Kraken, how it has destroyed many villages, that you are trying to rebuild the etheric spear, and you need the dwarves' help with the last element, which is the fuel that powers it. During the story, he mentions that it appears that the city of Onenalari has been completely destroyed.
He's probably pretty happy about that.
He's actually kind of dejected by that information.
Oh, he wanted to do it.
Detect those thoughts, yeah. He was like, "Damn it!"
He wanted
Exactly.
to do it.
Like we walk in there,
I
like
am
ready to go, and they're like, "Oh, damn."
we were just about to march.
Yeah, they're like, "All right, unload the wagons," and they're like, "Oh,
Preparing for
Really
centuries.
sad
Yeah.
information.
Super bug.
No, it is sort of like it's he understands there's still value in life, even if he has a
Sure.
a historic hatred for what they did in the Second Age. It's been passed down and kindled for generations. So it's shocking, frustrating, and he's not really sure exactly how to feel if you're trying to penetrate him. He does mention a little. The king of the dwarves mentions that he's not thrilled with the idea that the etheric spear will be reforged, but he understands that such a threat it requires that, and they know that his advisor mentions that they know the power of the Kraken, as is told in their tomes, that it doesn't really stop at the water and the land. It continues to sort of reach its tentacles up into as high as the Hellberg Heights, potentially. He mentions that the advisor, they speak with a few of the other people in the King's Council, and they decide to say that they will provide you the fuel, but it will take a few days, and as a token of sort of goodwill, they require Gyrus to go under some inspection.
Oh.
It's mentioned that none of their Warforged work either. Roll an insight check, whoever has good insight.
Not us.
Doesn't matter for us. You're just like pacing back and
Keep
forth,
yourself
so
one
angry,
piece.
and I'm just reading.
16?
I'm just like poofing.
I,
Mad.
it is not up to me. I will do what I must.
They're telling the truth, for the most part. You have a feeling they're hiding a little something, but it doesn't seem super nefarious based off of what you can pick up on their cues, their facial cues and tics. And the king, of course, agrees. The Warforged, known as Sir Gyrus, will be passed over to the dwarves while the fuel is made.
Does Gyrus consent?
Of course.
Consent matters.
I will do what my king commands.
The dwarves are taken aback by your response, by saying those words. One of them was more intrigued and not taken aback by your response.
Detect his thoughts.
We're gonna go ahead and introduce a new character.
Did you really want to detect his thoughts?
I think something is happening.
Probably.
This man looks more intrigued with Gyrus the more he speaks.
I love him. Hey, look at those pointy ears!
Dwarves have
Yeah.
pointers.
Did he make you? Is he your maker?
No, Gyrus is significantly older.
Wait, do dwarves really have pointy ears?
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
Then why are they upset about my pointy ears?
Because you're not short and pointy.
I'm not tall
They probably,
and round.
maybe they don't have pointing ears. Maybe that's just what the Bing AI generator gave them.
Yeah.
I doubt you put in dwarf with pointy ears.
No, I did not put in dwarf with pointy.
It does its best.
Yeah.
It does its best.
I got so mad just then.
This stupid.
This motherfucker has ears. Pointy ears.
Why don't you go ahead and introduce this character?
Okay. So this is Merkelig Skeprin.
I'm not writing that down.
What's the
What's
first
written?
one?
Merkelig.
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 But yeah, if you heard that in real life,
he-
you'd be like, no.
He is an artificer. He comes from, if you care about his background, he comes from Clan Skeprin.
Well, we'll get into that a little bit later.
But yeah, he's an artificer in the mountain.
So
Is this your backup character?
It is my backup character, yes.
So
Wait,
he
are we
walks-
getting rid of Gyrus
No.
forever?
No, not necessarily.
So he walks over and
Interesting.
commands you to follow him. There's more communication that goes on between the kings, and they go off, and they're gonna have, they'll have like dinner or lunch or whatever the kings do. The rest of you, the king comes back with Olaroon to talk to you all, and Olaroon says, now would be a great time, since you have nothing else to do, to pass to the Shadowfell and take care of that.
By ourselves?
Yeah.
Oh,
Meaning,
interesting.
Me and Gladys?
No, you two. No, those two.
No.
Can go back and
They'll
get
go back with you.
all of
Yeah.
us sans Gyrus.
Yeah, no.
That's really interesting.
No, I was like, how about a big fucking no from me?
A side quest for just us.
I was like,
there.
no, I'm not doing that.
That would be hilarious to watch, though.
It really
like,
would
just
be.
you two, just,
Just
like,
the
what
two
do we
of us.
do?
Oh my god, what do we do?
We're just gonna go.
It would just be pure
And
madness.
you guys have fun.
Nope.
So,
Shannon and I do a whole session just the two.
All right, so Olaroon walks back with Endymion and Willow back to the third gate and to talk to you guys, and says, "Well,
I don't like that Gyrus isn't with us anymore.
Yeah,
I
me either.
think now would be a great time for you to go to the Shadowfell and find that Sphinx, as you were meant to do.
Right. We do have a
We've
big
got
to-do
nothing
list.
else to do but wait for this fuel."
Does it seem like maybe it's worth taking a long rest to regain spell slots before?
Oh,
venturing?
well, I'll leave that to you.
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Seems correct.
All I mean is that since you were here for several days, might be a good idea to take care of something that has been lingering, especially after the little skirmish that we had. We might
Stones.
not be so lucky next time. I imagine Eris Vint will not allow himself to be taken over so easily. Very likely, knowing how powerful you are, he will most likely stay in his little demi-plane until the very last moment. Which is why we need that spell to draw him out wherever it is that we so choose, under our conditions. Well, I'll leave you. I need to return to the king. And Gyrus will not be going with you.
Yeah, how are we feeling about that?
Could you just make sure he's alright? Just keep an eye out.
Yeah, the last time we left him.
Bad things happened, you know? There was a lot of tinkering, if you will.
Well,
And we're very protective of Gyrus.
I'll be sure to ask about it, but I'll do my best.
I hate that.
I will.
Just say that to him.
What do I
If
say
you-
to my kids? When...
It sounds like you're planning on staying for one more evening. I'll return tomorrow morning with whatever provisions I can provide. I can conjure up here, and make sure that you are prepared for the Shadowfell.
A giant mirror would be very helpful.
Very good. I'm sure that won't be a problem. How giant?
Enough for any one of us to step through.
Very good. I will certainly procure that, as well as any healing potions or anything else I can find.
That'd be lovely.
Great.
Is there anything else that I might ask about, inquire about?
Just check on Gyrus' safety.
Mm-hmm.
He signed me a
Very
lot
well.
of papers to make me feel better.
Have him sign some papers.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd like his autograph.
All right. show to do that.
And we're talking to Owen.
Mm-hmm.
Find yourself a nice outfit for this wedding we're going to. So.
Oh, ask him if he has a +1. He'll take bands.
Do you have a +1 to the No, I'm not supposed to ask, right?
Right.
You're
It's gotta be
supposed to-
Gladys.
And darling, start thinking about your +1.
Very good.
Detect thoughts.
That's all.
He's doing math in his head.
Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, he does have that.
Mm-hmm.
Protect thoughts thing.
Very good. Well, I'll return tomorrow morning
Mm.
with whatever I can find. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
You guys do that a lot. What is it? Is that from something or
I don't know.
The good evening?
Yeah.
Good evening.
No, I just.
just something you guys do?
Yeah, I was
I
just
heard it
repeating
somewhere.
him. Saying it back to him in his accent.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I've heard it somewhere. I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Good evening. Sometimes it's Alfred Hitchcock in my head, where he's like, "Good evening and welcome to the Twilights" or whatever.
All right. So, you guys can stay here. Willow and Endymion, you could pass back into the city if you so chose. I'm not sure there's going to be any need for it, but you have
Do
the
they
rest
have
of the day.
plants?
Yeah, they have underground farms. You're gonna go look
Yeah,
around
I
at
think
that?
I'd like to check them out.
Okay. The dwarven diet includes lichens, mushrooms, breads, pies, cakes, lots of root vegetables. There are underwater cave pools where freshwater mollusks are grown, and slow eels, and blind fish. Walking around the farming area, you come across a farm of it's sort of a caged farm where these creatures are being bred.
No.
That's not the eel?
They're
No.
they're piercers. They're piercers. They're about 10 feet long and
Ew!
4 feet wide. You've actually, if I'm not mistaken, you may have fought one of these some time ago. These ones are domesticated.
Perfect.
Their mouths, their mouth claws, their beaks,
Mandibles?
they're more like beaks, have sort of been rounded off naturally over time. And these ones are much fatter. They're so fat that they can't really get around very well.
Okay, I like him.
Instantly cute.
And these are
It's better.
these are pretty much the dwarven cows that they use to slaughter for meat.
Weird and gross. I like it.
I love them. We're taking one home.
I called it Bessie.
I named this one
You know
Bessie,
what, just-
and she shall
you
be.
know-
Anything else? You're gonna read?
Yeah, just still reading.
Okay. Any conversations that would take place over the next 10
Guys,
hours? 10 hours?
Cranky, and I would like to know everything that happened. I didn't get to go, even though I have pointy ears. But I mean, despite the fact that I have pointy ears, I also speak Elvish and Dwarvish. So
And it was very good of you to still abide by their rules.
oh my God,
As
thank
much
you.
as it distresses you, and rightfully so, racism is not cool. However, you just handled it with much aplomb.
Oh my god, look at you validating her feelings.
you.
Supporting.
Mhm.
I feel like so much better. Thanks, Willow. I'm sorry.
I paint a word picture.
Should we?
And I
Should we buy anything? Is there anything we need to get?
Are we
while
in
we're
a,
city?
like a town?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in more of like
The
an
outskirts.
outpost, more like an outpost, really.
Oh,
A
so
sort
there's
of
probably
probably
not
not like
staging area.
It's probably not like shopping.
Yeah, there's no shopping. I meant more of like,
He's
do you have anything to talk to each other about?
Like, do we need to
Like-
make a game?
Like, how you guys doing?
This everyone post fight.
Post fight
Emotional
and Demian's
check-in.
weird as fuck, and something's going on.
Oh, yeah. Anything you want to get off your chest, darling.
Honey.
No.
Anything you want to get off your
Okay, 'cause
mind?
you don't look normal.
Who has persuasion? Like,
We feel great.
cast
I've
the
got
thing.
lots of
Do that
persuasion.
thing.
Oh,
The compelling to do
Suggestion.
something.
suggest to him
I could tell him.
6 times or 12 times, because it's 12 people, right?
Well, I could just.
Oh,
that's
mass-
mass
mass.
suggestion. What don't need to
Oh,
do?
but I think of regular suggestion.
can
Tell
cast
him to
just-
tell us what's going on.
Okay.
Think about casting a
Now
spell
Gyrus
on a
is in
friend
Mia.
to compel them to do something and the effects that might have.
I would like to roll to persuade him to tell us.
Fine. That's less fun.
What is it that you ask, and how are you planning on persuading him?
Yeah.
Use your
Like,
feminine
are you gonna
lens.
draw?
I mean, I'm
Are
gonna
you gonna
use
draw
my-
on your friendship, or are you gonna draw on
Oh,
his,
yeah, and
on
My
fear? or are
granny
you-
comforting of like, I come around seeing how you're doing, darling. But I pull you aside.
Alright.
Not the whole crew.
roll
Not
a
in front of everybody.
Roll a persuasion check.
She'll
Gladys.
tell us. She'll tell us.
Thank God.
14 plus 14, my persuasion's. I'm sorry.
Noise.
20.
Nice. Nice.
Do I
What's
even roll
going on?
against that? Like,
You can.
I know, because, well, if you're like hold
straight
strong.
wisdom. Save.
I would say I'd
I'd
say that
choose.
it just succeeds on because it's usually a DC. Like how
You gotta give her a little
yeah.
something.
the way that it works is like how high do you want the DC to be? Like are you willing to be persuaded, or are you very unwilling to be persuaded to talk? Or are you willing to talk?
I don't know how much you would.
Honey, darling.
This
how
is
are
your
you doing?
this is all you.
Are you okay? You don't seem to be doing well.
It's been hard to carry all of this for as long
It's just
as
you two
Wait.
though, right? You pulled them
Yeah.
aside.
I'm
It
so
feels like there's a lot going on.
glad you asked.
Do you need to discuss?
We
You're
feel-
glad to talk to Gladys?
Oh.
You look
We
scary.
feel great.
Oh my god, you didn't just say we feel great. I hate this. Kelsey got
Are you
goosebumps.
worried about us?
Ew!
So-
Stop talking like that.
How do you feel?
Whom am I speaking to at the moment? Is it just you and Demian, or do you have a friend?
We're more than that.
Oh, and what else are you now?
We're friends, aren't we?
Oh, you and I are absolutely friends.
And how do you feel about that?
This is gross. I don't like it. Great. Not nervous at all.
No?
I'm feeling peachy keen.
What did you think about our husband? What did you think he thought of us?
Can't imagine he liked as much.
I'm glad you asked.
I gotta ask more shit.
Now, circling back, when you said we feel good,
We.
can you dive into that a little more? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by we?
We isn't me,
Yes.
isn't us.
Yeah, you're not talking about like the charisma company.
No.
You're talking about just Endymion's company.
Feel more.
Do you feel more powerful?
Yeah.
You've done a great job during those fights, and those wings look spectacular on you. How's the whole thing going with the blood things coming out of you? Oh my god, what is it called?
The tadpoles.
The tadpoles.
Mind
How
flare
are-
tadpoles.
How are the mind flares treating you?
Just don't break the skin and it doesn't bother much.
Right then, you see see something like wiggle. Like, arm, under the skin.
So cringy.
Awesome.
Oh my
wear
god. Disgusting. I'm out.
There's a boil that's just
Well,
waiting to pop.
Sweetheart, feel free to talk to me anytime you need. I'm glad to hear you're doing well and feeling powerful.
Anytime you want to talk about your thoughts.
Ew, that's weird.
Oh, are you just detecting everybody's thoughts left and right?
It's interesting.
Roll an insight check.
You have high insight.
I have high insight.
I need to know what's happening and why he's being so fucking weird.
19.
He's been asking about people's thoughts a lot, and he's been detecting people's thoughts a lot.
Remember what I was
He
yelling
keeps
at?
saying it,
Yeah,
and he
what's
keeps
it
asking
again?
what people are thinking, and he's just like obsessed with thought.
You know, darling, my seventh husband, Henry, God bless his soul. He used to detect people's thoughts all the time, I just want to let you know. And it ended up driving him mad, because really he just thought everyone was against him at all the time, but really everyone supported him. He was just detecting too many thoughts. So, darling, be careful. Don't do it too much is all I want to say. And you just keep doing you, because you are powerful and you're feeling good. But just be careful. That's all. Henry was a delightful fella. He just went a little crazy.
It does feel good.
It is kind of nice to know everything. It is nice. Sometimes I wish I want to know everything, but most likely I don't. Gladys has no other thoughts than that. Like doing a little flute tune in her head.
She's like, oh, I have a good idea for another song.
Oh, I should write that down. That is a good melody.
It needs some work.
Goodness gracious. And she's just
I hate
genuinely concerned about you, just
We
like
found
as a
nothing out.
motherly grandmother feeling. But Kelsey's very concerned about it, Damien.
Baz has been real fucking suspicious for weeks.
The weed,
Rightfully
guys,
so.
the weed, that is so creepy.
It's gross. I don't like it.
Go back to Josh.
How would you like to divulge any more like specific information
Yeah,
at this time? That
Yes.
I can fill in any gaps, or would you like to
Yes,
leave
for
it
the
as that conversation
No!
happened and leave them wanting more?
No!
I think he's asking Josh.
I am.
I don't care!
I think if Kelsey wants to push it with their group, he might divulge some more, but
Kelsey, push it.
Like, should I just tell the group what he just told me? And then you guys all push it?
Push it.
Push
Oh,
it.
it's just
Really
us girls
good.
anyway, so 1,000%.
Yeah!
I forgot Jairus isn't even with us.
Just those girls.
Just us girls.
Okay, so I
Individually.
definitely like pull you guys aside and I tell you the exact conversation.
Mhm.
And I'm not saying he's crazy. I'm just saying my husband went crazy at one point, and he's reaching that.
where are you
He's
guys
reaching
at?
that.
It's not looking great.
Just another room, maybe.
Okay.
So he's
Detecting
detecting
our
all of our
thoughts.
thoughts.
Like, can I see you or not?
No.
It's
I
up
like
to you.
barging
It's up
in.
to
you.
No,
That'd be
you
fun.
like you don't
No,
even
us-
need
I'm
to
just,
just
yeah, I'm just like
Us ladies are gonna
across
go
the way, just
clean up
staring.
for dinner, right?
Okay.
We're staying the night. We should clean up for
Ooh,
dinner.
bathroom
We're gonna
trip?
clean up
Bathroom
for
trip?
dinner.
Oh yeah. let's use that.
Oh my god, I love a bathroom trip.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Can't go alone.
No, we can't go alone.
Alright,
We'll
so
meet
yeah.
you down in the tavern for dinner. Is there a tavern? Can we eat food?
There's like a mess hall.
We'll meet you in the mess hall. Toodles. And then I go up and tell you guys everything and how concerned I am.
Ugh.
As, ugh.
Do you have a proficiency in Arcana?
I think recently acquired. Nope.
I have a +3 Arcana.
What about?
Excuse me.
Very cute.
Nature? Is
Yep.
nature and intelligence?
It is.
I'll do it in, I guess, nature. I'll check.
17.
Okay. You don't know a lot about the Mind Flayer species. It's not really your bread and butter. You're much more of the earth and animals and things like that. But it doesn't mean you haven't studied on other things. And I'm trying to remember the realm that the illithids come from. The illithids are sort of like the species, like family, that make up the Mind Flayers and a bunch of other creatures underneath that sort of umbrella, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They definitely come from another realm. It's anytime there've been accounts of these creatures, it always comes as sort of a H.P. Lovecraftian, like nearly indescribable nightmare or confusion, sort of like color out of space. Like, what does that mean? Like archaic horrors of tentacles and sounds and creatures with strange features. Their minds are sort of unknown to the normal people of the world of the material plane.
Creatures with strange features.
Mm-hmm. But I'll say that's about what you pick
Okay.
up on until somebody else can do some more research on the subject. Either Olaroon or Gyrus, he knew some.
I think, didn't you ask Olaroon to look into mind flare stuff?
Okay, so he'll do that.
Okay.
If you wanted to mention to him that maybe you check the libraries here too. They probably, I'm sure they have tons of texts that.
I've been reading like 8 hours a day for like 6 days. So
Well,
anything in there?
About the book on charisma.
I'm not getting this book so
Whatever
far.
you're
I'm gonna keep
reading,
reading.
This is crazy. Not a single topic.
It's a book on how to make friends and influence people. But
A lot about we, but it's in different ways.
Yeah.
a few hours go by, and Merkelig. Don't say it
Not
like that.
Not like
The way you said it is great.
Merkelig.
No!
Comes and greets you. Lets you know that Gyrus is fine. That he has a unique set of protocols, aka consciousness, that they're going to look into, and they're going to figure out if they can use Gyrus to jumpstart another Warforged, and then that Warforged they could use to subsequently jump.
And then
Oh,
make
that's nice.
Like
for
there's
them.
a working battery, and they're going to
Sure.
jump that
Yeah.
one and get that one going, and then they can
That
pretend.
tracks.
Hopefully, that's the plan.
make a Megazord.
What is the risk to his life?
Warforged.
Some,
Unknown.
Gundam.
yeah, they're
There's-
dealing in the unknowns
There's
right
always risk
Hmm.
when
now.
experimenting.
And now you have Merkelig in your group where you can
So
ask him all kinds of
interesting.
questions and get to know
Interesting.
him for the next few hours.
Would you like to come with us somewhere fun
Wait.
and exciting?
Wait, are we
Oh,
done?
we're
We're still changing. We need a
have
plan
to-
before we leave.
Harass Endymion.
So
Right. You,
So
I'll
you're-
let you take care of it.
So your plan is well, you'll describe it, but you're much more maybe theory now,
Mhm.
and you got the theory and you provided it with your clan, and now as a token of also goodwill, you'll be joining the party
Mhm.
until you return.
Sure. Yeah.
And so you
So-
can take over from there.
So,
But gals,
but
Do we have a
do
plan?
you guys want to do your
Little gal
interrogation of
before we
Vivian
head
before
downstairs,
Merkelig
we need a
arrives?
plan.
Okay.
We need to flatter him.
You don't want to spill the tea.
Is there anything we
Merkelig?
can have
I
to
just assumed
protect
this would happen
our thoughts?
before
I
you
don't
got
think
there.
so.
Ooh, good idea. Shields?
I don't think I have any sort of mind shield.
How do we think about math?
Mind blank is an 8th level spell.
You recall that your sister's patron required her to consume nightmares, or to give nightmares for the patron to consume.
Oh yeah.
There could be something
Like
there.
he's feeding off of thoughts?
Ew, maybe because Simone had to.
And now he's consumed all these thoughts, and that's why he has so. That's why he's a we.
Ew, gross.
It's a theory.
I tell them about Simone.
Face.
I don't like it.
No, it's sus as hell. She was sus as hell with her patron. It was sketchy.
Ugh.
And now she's dead. She fast burst into tears.
I assumed it was like
I was going to say, that was really healing that you could say something negative about her at all before.
Yeah, there you go.
She burst into
I
tears.
was thinking it was like a venom thing, you know, like a we, like he's got like
He's got a
an
symbiote.
evil
Aw.
someone in there.
It seems like
overtaking
Worms.
and dimming.
Maybe.
You know?
I think
Maybe
perhaps
still.
flattery could work. I don't know. It would work on me. You know.
It
Yeah.
works on
I
many.
know.
I love flattery too.
We don't want to spill his blood, but we do want him to spill the tea.
Yes. Exactly.
Spill the beans.
Look at him.
It's so scary. I hate it. Why are
Why'd
you
you growing
always
up with
the
this
Do
scary
you
brother?
need to be able to see them to detect their thoughts?
I think so.
Then
Yes, he does. The answer is yes.
It might be a distance thing.
If it's not, I want detect thoughts. That's a great
Creatures you can see.
spell.
Oh.
Yeah.
That I want in real life. I don't.
I think.
I can see within 30 feet.
Okay. Does Meklig know that they're going to the Shadowfell? Like, was he told when he was sent there?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. Awesome.
So I'm just in the room.
So I guess we have no plan. Let's just go down to dinner and
Well, I guess.
let's just start asking him hard questions. He'll answer them.
I mean, will he?
Should we?
Let's start asking him hard questions. He'll probably start answering.
Will he?
I think so.
Is he just eager?
What if we give him some of our thoughts?
Ooh, let's change our thoughts. He's not gonna know that we know. That he knows
that we know.
I love that.
What if we feed him some thoughts, and then perhaps
Food for thought.
food for thought, and perhaps that leads us to a conclusion? You know what I mean? I'm like not very smart, but I'm
No,
smart about this.
but we like pitch something small. Yeah, like
And what should we be collectively thinking about?
We should be collectively.
God, I
thinking-
hated Jairus. I'm so happy he's not here anymore. Let's see how that goes.
Or do you think
Sure.
No.
should they be happy thoughts?
It seems like no.
Seems like
No, but what would he do with our thoughts? I'm curious. So that's the thing. That's
Will
what
he
we're
take
gonna try
them?
to
Will
do
we
with
never
it, right?
have them?
Should it be like, I love pineapple, and see if he does anything with it?
But then what if now you don't know if you love pineapple anymore?
But also, what if he just does nothing with our thoughts? What if he's
We should-
just
I mean, we
consuming them and they're going deep down into a...
Well, I guess we'll never know
Bad
until we
of
We
try.
thought.
should try something.
Yeah, for sure. We all need an interesting thought that he'll steal. But what's he doing with our thoughts? I have no idea.
My thought is that I don't like shrimps.
You know, that'd be a hilarious thing for him to hear. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't
I
even
think
think
I'm
I like
burnt
shrimp.
out on shrimp.
Let me know when you guys walk in. We actually start talking.
I am going to think. I think I'm burnt out on shrimp.
I'm gonna think. Maybe I won't go to this wedding. She's real bummed about the wedding. No, but he would know that's a lie. But yeah. I don't
Maybe you'll go
know.
with Baron Taranthorn instead
Oh,
of
that's
Olaroon.
Ooh, I think I'm thinking
Oh.
Mike and Baron. She's not true. We love Olaroon.
Okay, should we go?
What do you got?
I'll be thinking about the farm. About the cows.
You really did.
The dwarf cows.
The piercer cows.
Yeah.
But also, Endymion loves cows.
He loves. I didn't know that about him.
But,
He
like,
loves cows.
Do
He
we
was
need
really
an
attached
actual
to a
thought
cow
that
in
like
Bessie.
matters? Do we need something that like he'll
Some
actually do
substance?
something with? Yeah.
The cows is a good one.
The cow.
We
Like,
should think about.
If only everybody knew I have $10,000 worth of coin in my purse. Like something like that, and see if he tries to like actually
None
steal
of which
the money.
came from that cave.
All of which I earned on my own from my exceptional singing career,
Fluting
flautist
career.
Flouting.
My dude.
the fiddlesticks. Something like that might be better,
Okay.
and like set him up in a trap. You know?
Sure. Let's do it. We should do
Let's
it.
just
Whatever
do
we're
it.
gonna do.
Where's the fake spot that we have all the money?
What?
You know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I've got. Oh, if only everybody knew that I had 10,000 gold sitting
I'm
just.
Gyrus. We hit it with Gyrus.
I don't know.
Just saying, does
Anybody
anybody
else
else
have an idea? Well, because we're not going back to Gyrus, right? We're gonna go from here to
the shadow?
But he could
Shadowfell.
leave us in pursuit of that.
But I want to keep him close. Let's like say it's like in a little coin purse, like somewhere that's like just
Magic
like
coin purse.
yeah, sure.
Sure.
We just grab a. We just happen to have a side little bag.
Yeah, we're
You
women.
got a clutch.
Yeah, whatever. It's a clutch.
We're ladies.
Let's
And
just.
it's coming in clutch right now.
Who actually wants to have the money? Like, do you want it to be my thoughts or your guys'?
I don't want it to be my thought.
No, I
Okay,
don't want it to
it'll
be
be my
my
thoughts of like, oh, nobody knows I have this $10,000 gold just stashed right there on Gus.
Okay, that sounds good. In one of Gus's saddlebags.
It's in Gus's saddlebags.
Perhaps.
Done. Okay, let's see what he
Okay,
does with
now
that.
we
I don't
go
know.
talk
This is
to
an interesting plan.
Gideon.
All right, downstairs we go.
Hello.
What are they serving for dinner in the mess hall?
Pretty much what I described their diet is. It's root vegetables,
Like
piercer steaks and stews.
There's no shrimps.
But there are mollusks.
There are freshwater mollusks.
Maybe I'll try a mollusk instead.
Yeah, the
I love
freshwater.
mollusks.
And
So
Demi,
there's
what
food in
do
front of
you think you're gonna have for
You guys walk in the room.
Yeah, bitch, this is the whole time. Where have you been?
Oh my god, how's he not going to detect our thoughts that we had conversation? No, we all just have to
Think
be good
about
about
something
that.
else.
Jigs up immediately.
Yeah, that's how it would work in real life. Oh my
You get down the stairs like, oh no, he's probably gonna figure out that we were thinking.
But we didn't have
What
to.
is it now? Stop
No.
thinking.
I'm just saying no shrimps, no shrimps, no
And
shrimps.
Damien's just sitting at a table alone, just looking at each person head to head to head, and then you guys show up.
We go to a different table.
Gladys is purposely just singing or like going through her melodies of like trying to like keep her head focused. I am thinking through songs. I'm going through all my albums.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
Yes.
Sit down.
What do you think we're gonna have for dinner?
Steak.
I'm very grateful for a hot meal.
You're served when I mentioned it.
I love a root of vegetable.
Who
There's
does
a
it?
plate of food that Damien has not touched.
Are you hungry, sweetheart? Make sure to eat up. Not hungry. You know.
I've had mine.
Interesting. Did you eat before we came down? It's nice. Second serving is not necessary. Good God, he's scary.
I'm not scared of it.
What are your thoughts right now?
My thoughts are why no shrimps. I'm burnt out on shrimps. Those are my thoughts.
Okay, and then I throw in the thought, oh, if only everybody knew I have 10,000 gold in just the saddlebag of Gus. Saddlebag. No. Do 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 do. And
He's
this
definitely
is a
eating thoughts.
nice steak.
This
Is
bitch.
anything gonna happen, or are we just gonna?
Ask him questions, right? Ask him questions.
I don't know. He's not doing anything.
He's being uncharacteristically.
How you doing, Endymion?
We're great.
Merkeleg.
He's not there yet.
No.
You specifically said you're gonna have this conversation
said-
before.
We are already uncomfortable in the conversation. We can use a new
For
friend.
whom do you speak?
Myself.
Not we self?
He really took a turn quickly, didn't he?
And what is your name?
He's been giving hints for like weeks, but you guys
Mine?
haven't picked up on it.
Yes?
And now,
Call me.
it's like one of those. It's like in a movie too, when you finally realize that some person is sketchy, and like you're like,
It's like
oh my god.
Shutter Island. Like, oh, he's been weird this whole time. We just
Yeah.
haven't really picked up on
And
it.
then once it clicks, you're like, shit,
And
he's
once
really
Josh watched
terrifying.
Shutter Island on Christmas night, and I was like, this movie is so good, we should watch it. And then I was like, oh no, this is fucked up movie to watch on Christmas.
They do
Sure is.
call us Damien.
All of you?
What?
What about the other part?
It's small.
It's more.
More.
More and Endymion.
More feels like
Or-
a really weird name.
Endymion?
More than Damien.
More.
Oh, like Endymion Plus. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. And how do we update our subscriptions so that we don't have the plus version? We just want to keep it with commercials.
Yeah, reel it in.
How do we update
Times
our
are tight.
subscription?
What
Does that concern you?
what would you like us to call you? Still Endymion? Or Endymion Plus? Max?
We are legion.
Just more than that now.
Oh, so we'll call you more than that now. Now 17.
That's what I call
Now that's what I call Endymion.
What are you eating these days?
I was just gonna ask what your favorite meal you've had lately is.
Because let me tell you about their cows. They're not cows, but they act like cows. You should try it. It's right on your plate, right there.
You're looking real
So
skinny.
what are you eating these days? What was it?
You look real skinny, my guy.
Well, that's interests me.
What's
As
the best
much-
thing you've eaten lately?
Oh, things here and there.
Like what? You know me, Baz. I love a specific. You know.
Just thoughts.
Just thoughts? Is there a particularly tasty thought?
The next one.
Ew.
Always the next one.
Is it better if people think about food? Is that a good thought to eat? Or is it just any thought?
Just
How do they sustain you, the thoughts?
Oh god.
He's making it hard though.
there's nothing
have-
to sustain.
Roll an insight check on that last one.
She's
It's 19.
Roll a deception against that.
I like a roll off.
0.
A natural 1.
Sorry. 19.
Oh, roll again! Right? No? I don't know. What do you do?
Well,
Can I roll an insight check?
I guess re-roll.
Yeah, meets it,
Roll
but
off.
like they're both rolling against.
Mm-hmm.
17.
It's a crit. 20.
Oh!
Ooh, that was fun. Let's do that again. Sometime.
What was the question again?
How do they
How do
sustain
they
you?
sustain you?
Are they
I
as
don't know.
tasty?
Just falls and falls.
It falls and falls. Like waterfalls.
to nothing.
Oh, that's comforting.
Into what? Falls into what?
Avoid.
A void? Falls into a void?
I picture this like
Vivian, you're so fucking creepy.
Get
my
out.
guy.
In walks Merkelig then.
oh, hello,
Yeah, it's
darling.
like he's
With a-
tapping his
Yes.
fucking
with a-
teacup.
Yes,
a,
and he's just falling into his
Floor
own-
mirror, like a like a
Oh, big mirror.
big mirror.
Oh,
What does
We need that.
Endymion look like in the mirror?
Like,
What does Endymion look like right
he
now?
doesn't-
Oh my
he-
god.
he's
not
got
a
the
vampire.
fucking that shit, and he has wings and he's
But
fucking
what if
insane.
I
Well, he
look
doesn't
at
have
it
wings
like
right now.
this?
Yeah, you did that
They
before.
disappear.
Yeah,
That's
you see him as
Oh.
he is.
Trapped.
Himself, that's
Yeah, you
right.
see him as he is.
Do
I mean,
you
it's clear.
automatically dislike us? or
What
do you
if we
like
look
okay?
at Endymion with the
contact?
Yeah, you did
That's
that.
Yeah,
what
we've
I've
done
We've
that.
done
already.
He looks as he looks, which is odd.
Oh, Merkelig!
Like he doesn't look
Join
good.
us! Come join us!
Join us and
Yes,
then.
You were like, I was literally told to be here.
yes, I was sent here to speak with you.
is that mirror for us? Or-
Yes, that's why I brought it for you.
Awesome! Thank you so much. We needed
It
it.
is
You're very welcome.
Thanks.
having
And-
not known you before. We
Sorry,
don't know.
time out. You can absolutely go with whatever accent you were planning on going. You don't have to go with the sort of Eastern European that I went
Sure.
with. So,
Okay.
but just want to throw that out there in case you had something more
Okay.
Um,
I was thinking more
flesh-
Scottish,
more
but,
fleshed out. Oh, go
Do
for
it,
but
why
I'm
not?
not really getting it in my head right now. Anyway,
Okay.
Ugh. Give it a roll, Ghost Captain.
I know, right?
Oh, say that again?
Give it a roll, Ghost Captain.
Roll, go!
Say things like we.
We.
Like I'll just take a wee rest. You know? Scottish
Take
people
off-
say that!
Let's take
help
a wee
it.
rest. like a rest to wee or a wee rest?
A wee rest.
To wee? Do you need to wee?
No.
There's
No.
plenty of places.
Do
I
we
don't.
need to rest?
I've never met an elf or a half elf. I don't know how you do it.
Just like
We do need rest.
Who
When he
does?
says we, he's talking about
himself.
exclusively him and whatever's happening in his body.
Something's falling into
It does
a
look
void.
like something abnormal is happening. Yeah.
What do you
Yeah, it's
know?
not great.
What do you know about Arcana? Anything?
Just
You seem like
How
a
is-
counselor.
Oh.
How's your Arcana? Do you have proficiency?
What if he does?
Yes.
You have
But
proficiency in
no.
Arcana?
I've had to decide between different ones for him. I feel like he should, but also I feel like he should have others.
Should what?
Have others.
Well,
I don't know.
that
It was
is a
very
real
hard. It was very
conundrum.
hard for me to pick Arcana. I didn't pick it.
You don't have it. Okay.
No, which I don't like, but like, it only gives you only have 4. It's so dumb. Anyway, it's like, anyway, I mean, I can still roll it and behind intelligence.
What's your Arcana modifier?
It would be a +5.
All right, roll an Arcana check.
That's a 22.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe you sort of ask what's his deal. Well, so do we want to have a little chat about who he is and
Yes,
what,
I do.
what the whole thing is?
Yeah,
Or are
We
gonna
just
dive-
going right
we're
in.
gonna go right
What's
into-
going on with this fucking guy?
Well,
like grilling.
To be fair,
Introduce
Merklich
yourself.
would ask. He'd be
Okay,
like, huh,
so yeah,
so
you can,
what's
Like especially weird. He's normally weird, but this
Yeah.
is like extra.
yeah,
Listen, he's like getting
Self-described more.
he
weirder.
doesn't look like the sort of outsider that I would have expected,
Yeah, he's getting worse somehow.
and he does seem to maintain eye contact in a way that's a little bit unusual.
Gladys is still so worried about her thoughts being stolen. She's just singing.
I suppose.
you
I think it's a little bit unusual, but
you mentioned about the thinking and the thoughts and that.
it is interesting.
He like
Yeah.
consumes thoughts, kind of like it sustains him, but they fall like
Into a
waterfall,
void.
Into a void.
And with your Arcana check,
Curious.
you say, did he say void?
Did
Yeah.
you use the word void?
Yeah, and it was weird.
Yes, well, that does speak to certain influences.
Does it?
Which ones?
Some of us are like not very good at magic, but have magic boots.
Sure.
So like I'm not very good at magic, but like I'm familiar-ish.
Yes, well,
But I'm
we'll-
not familiar with this particular kind of magic, so
So we'll say that you know more than Gyrus did about the Illithids and the plane that they come from, and there's sort of a god or a patron that's called the Void. That is like the thought devourer.
So there's that.
Well,
But if-
that
but
sounds
if-
correct.
If you,
Yes.
Kyle, know more about, because this is well beyond.
I don't
know a lot about the Illithids.
I don't know a lot about the void. Like I don't like the illithids
Well,
they
like
come
the
from.
like the Illithids, the
Yeah, so
plane that they come from. And all that.
I assume you explain like the mind flayer tadpole.
yeah.
So
As Endymion
the
just
mind
sang with us.
flayers they come from. They tend to travel the astral sea.
I'm
The
learning as
stories
much as you guys are.
The stories go that they're eternal enemies of the Githyanki also sail the astral sea. The wars that they fight are things of legend. Normally, it doesn't spill over into our world, although mind flayers have been known to take mortal thralls from the material plane. Normally, though, a tadpole infestation will result in metamorphosis, which is where the host is transformed into
Into a what?
into a mind flayer.
Right.
So if you're telling me that he has been this way for some time, then that is suggesting something else happening.
Yeah, and when you prick him, he does not bleed in the traditional sense.
Right.
We explained that.
So can we can't just drain his blood?
Well, we could try it.
I suppose it would kill him, and then you wouldn't have the issue anymore.
Then we just revivify him.
And now if
Again, let's just kill him.
Endymion,
Yeah,
if we
cut
kill
off the
you,
arm.
what happens to
Gyrus
your
is the ring.
mole?
I'm just feeling like you've had this
See.
conversation before.
The mole.
Getting a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Oh, us.
Yes.
Oh, this is very interesting.
How-
This is I've never read anything about this.
What would you do to like, knock it out of him? Like, get it to go back to normal? He's not like the world's greatest guy, but
Would you
like
just
he's better than
Hit
this.
it like. Sometimes I'll hit my TV and then it just starts working again.
Tell me about this TV.
Oh.
Incredible.
You must be
Invention.
very rich to have a TV. I'll tell you about it in a little bit, but first, tell
She
me
plays
about
the
yourselves.
Wait!
Yes,
Don't!
I did.
Not
Well,
yet.
okay. My name's Merklich Skeprin.
He's
the patriarch
feeding off of your
of.
thoughts.
Oh well. I
Bon
hope,
appetit.
I hope you enjoy it.
I like this guy.
Plentiful.
I'm the patriarch of the Clan Skeprin. We are a long, storied line of artificers here under the mountain. We are...
What does an artificer do?
I make things.
Like a tinkerer.
For instance, and he pulls off his pack, and he pulls out a
Like a mini gyrus?
like a little mini
Yeah, that's so
gyrus
cool.
like that.
Okay.
Wow,
Um,
little gyrus!
Um,
That's what that says.
it just kind of stands there.
Is it more like clockwork though?
It is clockwork. It's
Okay.
not it's a steel defender. He's a battlesmith, so he has a steel defender.
Okay. How?
That's cool.
And he's that size?
For now,
Okay.
when I
He's
speak a command
pretty
word, he will grow to medium
Robot
size.
size.
Oh, okay. Cool.
He's pretty cute. What do you gotta do around here to get
Is
your
that
own robot?
Gyrus? Did you shrink Gyrus?
He
no,
looks a little geary to be gyrus.
No. We're not sure why Gyrus has maintained his sentience.
It's because
and
he's
so-
pure of
Or
heart.
the fact that he got sentience.
That's
That's
right.
also
Yeah,
because
has-
he's pure of heart.
Maybe you guys can fill in the gaps because that wasn't discussed in front of like where it came from and such.
right. Yeah. Warforged, as we designed them, which my family was the ones who came up with the original design and the concept for them. They should not, by design, operate in such a way. So it is a mystery, and I'm very excited for my clan to figure out what's going on with him, and potentially be able to bring back our Warforged that have since been offline. It's been rather tough for us.
The dwarves are aware of the cause of the Warforged,
Mhm.
like the EMP
Mhm.
that happened.
Yeah.
And they're aware that the stone oratory was destroyed. It's said that originally the first Warforged was powered by a shard of a similar stone, and you've been able to kind of in a lab recreate it like a lab grown diamond.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
We found ways to mimic the energies that were
Yeah.
within it and kind of harness those.
Yeah, but ever since the EMP, you haven't been able to do that anymore.
Mhm.
How's your passive perception?
It's just 10 plus my wisdom, right?
I never know.
Or is it 10 plus my perception?
You know.
I think it's
Passive wisdom is perception, so I think that's what mine is 10 plus my wisdom.
Yeah, so it's an
Modifier.
11. Yeah, do you do you
I'm
have
not
your
hiding
arm
it.
out?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I would have noticed it or not. Probably not. I was looking mostly at your head and the stuff going on there. But we... Nope.
you guys could maybe fill in the gaps.
Oh yeah,
of,
like what we know
Gyrus?
about the EMP and
Yeah, and the stone and how there's a part of it in him, and that the black stuff seems to have been
Also,
Come through
Revivify.
that.
Don't know about that.
Yeah,
so maybe
it's
they-
getting
So they fill you in on what you already
Oilish.
know.
Sure.
That
greasy, if you will.
the stone was destroyed by them, and during the process, a shard fused into his wrist. They considered taking it off, but his angelic guide came down and said not yet.
We haven't seen Alan in a while.
But it's pretty. You're pretty sure with all that information and thinking back about what all's been said that it's probably for Erisvit. The fact that he can combine spells may be the only way to break whatever that shell is that he has. So that you can't take it out until you kill Eris.
How do you get him to be less fucking weird, though?
But also the other part is that there was this little black stuff. He's able to combine spell slots. There's little black stuff in the shard, and it seemed
That's
to grow and
growing,
grow,
right?
and then started going into him.
Yes.
That's where it all came from.
Have you determined whether that is the infection is a result of the stone itself, or is it some other thing that happened at the same time?
I don't know, like, what else it
When
would
did he
be.
start getting weird? Because he had the stone in his hand.
The stone, he's been weird since my sister died. And then I cry.
Grief, probably.
Yeah, I knew it.
But what about in the...
He's
he
had
got
the stone
weird
since
in
then.
the like Cave of Wonders we were in.
What cave of wonder?
You know, and they were like, don't take any...
Don't touch the gold.
Don't touch the gold.
Under the
Oh, the
dragons.
temple. that
Yeah,
we were
but
just
he
in.
was weird before that.
He was weird, but he just got weirder.
He was weirder before
We're
that.
at peak weirdness.
This is.
I mean, this is the
this
weird
is an
guest.
interesting, very interesting conundrum.
Conundrum.
Mm. But I understand that you all have a mission to fulfill.
Oh, yes! We need to go to Shadowfell for the Sphinx.
I've never been there.
You just tell us right
That's why we
That's
needed
a-
this mirror.
That's a joke because I've never been out of the mountain. But we could.
Really? So have you never seen the sun?
Oh, they have ways of like.
It's not
Sun?
like cave.
Yeah, they've got various tiers to the city that kind of go up the mountain, so you can make sort of a pilgrimage to the top.
Mhm.
Okay.
You know,
Crazy stuff.
But still, you've never
Um,
traveled. Let's take
No.
you traveling. Have you
That-
ever seen a Pegasus?
No.
I will introduce you to a Pegasus. His name is Gus. He's lovely. By the way,
Sounds lovely.
do you like music? We'll sing lots of music.
I do. I'm usually humming to myself while I work.
We can show you so much more.
What are your thoughts on
Well, that,
half elves?
that also sounds lovely.
What'd you say?
I have.
What'd you say?
Um,
We can show you so much more.
Okay.
I would be interested in studying how your physiology is divided, but between the two halves.
He's saying we have a chance. Just ask how he feels about
Oh.
half elves.
Great! I'm so good at being friends with dwarves.
Well, that's good to hear.
And I'm friends with everyone.
That's also good to hear. I
Yay!
suppose I have some friends. A lot of them stopped working though. A number of months ago.
honey.
Oh my god!
But now that
I
Giles is
know.
here,
So sad for Berkeley!
we're going to figure it out, and we're going to get them working again, and it's all going to be great.
That is so true. You're
Well, they
so right. Don't give up hope, Merkley. We're also gonna fix Endymion. Maybe.
Just
He
to
might be a
clear-
lost cause.
Just to be clear, it's Merkley.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nicola.
Merkley?
Nicola.
Do you have a
I feel like I'm
nickname?
saying it. What?
Do you have a nickname? Merc? Merc?
Merkley.
No.
Merkley.
I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not sure how you'd shorten Merkley. It's pretty short as it is. That's close. You forgot on the end.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
Yeah. Oh, there's of course. I don't to be rude.
No, it's us that are being rude.
Yeah, we totally are.
I didn't
We don't like
say
it. Short
I
name.
didn't know we don't
We're
say
gonna
it.
change your name. It's hard to say.
That's
If you
a
want
nice
to
name.
join Charisma
Let's
Company,
do it
you need a
on.
nickname.
You guys might want to ask about the etheric spear.
What do you know about the etheric spear?
He is
I
like a
know-
master artificer.
I know plenty about the etheric spear.
Did you create it?
So what
Are
happens
you the
when you
guy?
yes, what do
Did
we
you
do?
do the thing? He's
Far-
listening.
Do I look
He's
that
far
old?
older than he
Do I look that old?
No.
Actually, don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Look at that guy.
Think about it later. Let's talk about it later.
Hi.
Oh,
Are you also
the
interested
spear?
in the etheric
Yeah.
spear?
Look at that guy. He got
Okay.
weird.
He's getting so weird.
Yes. Weapons
Can
are
you be normal
less.
sauce for just like five minutes?
Weapons are less of the focus of my clan. But we did work on it. It was a major endeavor. Everyone worked on it. We have lots of writings on it, and
What kind of fuel does it take?
Yeah.
oh, it
85, 87.
please 90.
Diesel.
Please, none of
Diesel.
that cheap shit. 95 or better.
Oh, that's expensive. I'm out.
Yeah, so
You have the most money of all of us.
Because Because she makes frugal choices.
Yes,
She's
as the elders
diversifying
do.
her portfolio.
She cuts coupons so then she can have the nice bookstore.
Coupons.
It requires a very large amount of powder.
What kind of powder?
Black.
Well,
Oh, I'm only
plastic
used to
powder.
white powder.
The dwarven.
Gunpowder?
And you notice
Black-
on his
plastic
person, why don't you describe what you're carrying?
So he's wearing kind of a chain shirt that has a lot of like pock marks and like burn scoring all over it. And
He has a shirt on
Yeah.
under his metal shirt, or no?
it's
just like
no,
you
it's a
can
chain.
see
I mean, it's a
just
chain
the
shirt, and then he has like a tunic over it that's all like cut up and burned, and so, like not well taken care of.
Oh, I was just wondering if
so
you could
not
see
just
your chest
mesh
hair.
nipples.
through
No.
Oh,
it.
the pulling.
Even
yeah.
if you could
Okay.
see his chest hair,
Yeah, it feels like you should have a
Beard
shirt,
covers.
then the chainmail.
Yes.
I mean, he's like okay, and he shows you he has like a tank top on.
I've
I've never had
Everyone
friends
was so
before who are
concerned
not
for the
metal.
chest hair.
His beard covers what you would see of his chest hair. Anyway.
Wow, I love that for him.
Yeah, and he has a shield, and he has a pack, and he has a couple of hammers on one hip, and on the other he has a pistol.
A pistol?
What we
Well,
would know
you
is a
wouldn't.
pistol. You wouldn't know.
You
but
might
it's-
ask about it.
I am gonna ask about
You
it.
describe
Dude,
What is
pick it up.
that ninja weapon
contraption.
that you have?
This is a gun, and I pull out my gun.
And Gladys says, "That's not a gun. This is a gun."
That's a spoon.
It's a spoon.
Yeah, it's a firearm.
What's a firearm?
Well, it's so if you
It's not on fire.
do you know
No,
how-
it's not.
It's also
not
not your
yet.
arm.
Baz
it's-
reaches over to touch it to see if it's warm.
It feels cool to the touch.
Ah, it's not even hot. What do you mean, firearm?
Don't give it to Endymion. He already.
Do I shoot the mirror?
Do
I don't think so.
You pull out a pinch of black powder
Yeah,
and drop it on maybe an open flame. Then it goes.
Yeah, and I next to it I have a little pouch that has a bit of black powder on it in it, and so I can show that off.
Sorcery.
And then like I don't know, we're in a cave, right? There's a stalactite.
Or
Heights.
like
Way
Mike.
up, so just,
Way up, way up.
Mikes.
Yeah, so I'll make sure there's nobody
Tights are on the
underneath, but,
ceiling.
like, I'll take a
Mics
shot
are on
at
the
it.
bottom.
Mikes.
They might make it to the top. They're staying
So
tight
yeah,
to the ceiling.
he shoots a ball,
Your dad is
and
so proud of me every time I remember that.
you
I'm
learn
so
a little
proud.
bit about, and he sort of says this is a more refined version of the etheric spear.
Cool.
So it takes a while. It takes a while. It's fairly difficult to refine and make stable.
That's a
and-
mini etheric spear.
In a way.
The principles are based on the same.
Baz's mind is blown.
They're based on the same concept. Yes.
Now you put it together. The etheric spear is just a giant like rifle bullet. It's like got a casing. It's got a
I mean,
thing, and then
That makes sense.
Shannon gets that.
The
but
spear
Baz
just
is like,
got
the
the
oh sure,
fuck?
sure, yeah.
So
The spear got way cooler.
Miracle then takes a while to explain combustion.
Wow,
And you
that's
can just
crazy.
see all of us just
Combustion.
like.
He does not care.
Chemical reaction.
I just go.
It's like when your dad explains something.
Like,
Oh,
no, my God, okay.
All right, so,
that really matters.
You continue chatting, and Endymion keeps eating your thoughts, and
Weird.
Into the void they go.
you
You're
get
gross.
a long rest.
Yes, we do.
Olaroon will return the next morning and
Yeah, he does.
provide a couple two greater healing potions. Oh, just like any of the other characters, did you pick up any magic items or anything
Yes.
like that? Okay.
So, as an artificer, I get to make items magical. I get to infuse items, which then
Any items?
most of them require attunement. Specifically, and I have my list of items. So, my pistol, I have infused the pistol in the powder. So it does not need to be reloaded, and it doesn't have an ammunition cost, and it creates a magical projectile every time it fires.
And what is it akin to in the rule books?
A hand crossbow. So it's a 1d6 basic. It's a one-handed 1d6 weapon.
Can
Okay,
you
basic.
make my staff magical?
I can if I give
so
up
before we
some other infusion that I've
So, the hand crossbow doesn't require reload?
It does, but because I use one of the infusions is repeating shot,
Okay, perfect.
and so the repeating shot infusion.
It's an artificer.
It's an artificer thing.
So I'll say, if you'd like, you can bump that to a +2 weapon.
Okay. It already makes it a +1, but I'll make it a +2. That's great.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And then what I meant to say was, everybody has acquired magic items up to this level. But we didn't talk about what would be appropriate for you to grab.
Because most of these require attunement anyway, I figured these would count for most of them. And then the 2 hammers that I have are magic.
Okay.
One's a Mace of Smiting, which does extra damage to constructs.
Okay.
So the story there would be like if one of the robots goes haywire, I can just destroy it quickly.
Hasn't happened yet, but we're all very excited.
Right. And the other one
Can't
is
wait.
the Hammer of Runic Focus, which I felt was just a really cool,
Name.
like, dwarven runic hammer. And so...
And these are uncommon or rare? Or
The Hammer of... or the Mace of Smiting is, I think, uncommon.
Okay.
But the Hammer of Runic Focus is very rare.
Okay.
So what did Ulurun came back with?
So you go ahead and give yourselves a long rest. Go and mark down your stuff, your hit dice, and your hit points, and your spell slots, and your everything else. He brings out 2 greater healing potions, and said that was the best I could do in short notice.
Who wants to hold on?
They don't take our gold. They don't take our coin here.
I'll take
Because
one.
the
All I have
currency
is a superior.
I'll take one too.
So 1 greater.
I'll just hold on to it. If
I've got a
everybody's
minor.
okay.
Maybe
I've
give
got
one
some
to the
greater
dwarf.
already.
Oh, okay. You can hold on to the greater healing.
Oh.
I mean,
I was just offering to hold it. I understand you would probably need that more. And then can Gladys go off to bed early and read?
For 8 hours?
No, but I can like make a dent. It hasn't been 6 days yet.
Got it.
You can mark one more box off for the day. You haven't really done much throughout this day, so you
Right.
can mark a box off.
Okay.
Yeah, I already spent most of the day just hanging out doing that anyways.
Yeah.
So
I've
I've
got
got
one more
fumed all
8-hour
day.
day. I've got 8 more hours.
within a 6 hour. It's 48 hours of reading within 6 days. I've read 40 hours so far. But how many days has it been since we had that?
I think only 2.
Maybe 3 or 4.
Oh, I'm feeling good.
Okay. All right. The next morning, you decide to go in. Do you have a plan? Do you remember what you're supposed to be doing?
We're supposed to be meeting a sphinx.
find a sphinx.
So there is a teleportation circle.
Yeah, how do we get there?
There's a
Can you-
teleportation circle in the Shadowfell, right?
Correct. You've got the
Where's the
coordinates up.
Shadowfell?
It's in another plane.
I see.
That's what the mirror's for.
I see.
Man.
You're gonna walk through the mirror.
The Shadowfell was the friendships we made.
Teleportation circle, Josh.
Yes.
Do you need a teleportation circle around in order to get to?
No, I believe if I have the destination, I can just cast it. Pulling it up. Cast the spell, I draw a 10-foot circle on the ground
Perfect.
with
And you just
sigils
use
of the location.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
So the plan is you'll open the gateway to the Shadowfell through the mirror using the wand. You'll cast teleportation circle, and ideally it should lead you to the lair of the Sphinx.
Do we know anything else about it?
You want to roll another Arcana check?
I can. Could I roll history instead?
I could as well. If you want.
Organa.
If you trust me.
Either, I guess. Sure.
Sphinx.
If it's history, that's 22.
SPHINX.
INX
It's
or
22 if
YNX?
it's
Okay.
history.
You know that time and space works differently down there,
Sphinx.
Yeah. So the Shadowfell.
Oh wow, you're right.
and also it's pretty drab. And stories go that people will lose themselves and their minds.
In the
they'll-
Shadowfell.
Yeah,
In the moment.
you start sort of
You own it.
losing your grip on who you are.
Technically, same.
I feel like this is important information.
Sorry.
But that was really interesting. Sphinx can be spelled with an I or a Y.
Okay.
I was like, it's not interesting.
And
No, I was fascinated.
it's said that people have a better chance with not losing who they are if they bring a totem that grips them to the world, like a token from childhood or something that's in your memory, but that you can actually physically hold, if that's at all possible. But that's all right.
Touchstones.
So the next morning, you.
So we all should have something like that on us before we.
I mean, you're not going to
We'll
find
probably
whatever
have
you
something
have
on
is on
us.
your person right now. You're not going to find something here.
Can it be whatever we want, though?
Whatever is meaningful to you. So the
Boots.
can I? So just to quick explanation. So the material plane, which is where we live, is the center of like the whole universe of the different planes, and immediately around it is the Feywild and the Shadowfell, and they're kind of like opposite mirrors of each other. So the Feywild is where everything is very bright, very clear, very intense, where the fairies live and those kinds of creatures. And then the opposite of that is the Shadowfell, where everything is dark, and the opposite of like meaningful and everything. And so when you go there, you just have ennui, and you just stop
what
caring.
dreams may come.
And kind of, yes, kind of. And so
It's a bad trip.
when you go there,
Yeah, seriously.
there will be something that you have with you that's a touchstone for yourself that is connected to your identity. Like there's a physical connection, and if you lose that touchstone, then you are far more likely to simply stop
caring.
knowing who you are.
God,
And if you gain, and you could also gather somebody else's touchstone, which is a thing that someone might do.
So what happens to mind flayers and the
I
shadow?
have no idea what happens to mind players in the Shadowfell.
I'm
Alright.
now quite nervous.
That's an interaction.
So you
I've
guys
never-
are all ready to go.
No.
I mean, yeah,
No!
yeah.
I don't know how else I could be ready.
You you bring a spare mirror in the bag of holding because you're gonna get back.
Mhm.
You need to recast it to get back.
We can't bring this mirror with us.
You're going through the mirror.
That would be very hard to like.
Oh.
Like your mind just.
I see.
Question: we're using the mirror to get the Shadowfell or
Yes.
teleportation circle? What was teleportation?
So you're gonna. I mean, just describe what
Sorry.
happens.
Yeah.
You all go to your sort of room that you were staying in the night before. You pull out the wand. Where's the wand anyway? Over here.
It's
I
in a
think you
bag
have it.
over. It's underneath.
The wand makes me
Shandy
happy.
probably got it.
No, it's not, Fan.
Okay, fan.
It's not over here.
I don't.
Or it's
I thought
in
it
one of
was
the
over
top
there.
drawers.
I think you
I
took
just-
it to preserve the battery.
I haven't been allowed to have it.
I haven't been allowed to have it either.
All right. Well, we'll
We
find
have
it.
binoculars over here if you would like to use that as a fun part.
Well, you let's do that. You cast
Bippity boppity.
the spell, which uses the three charges, which will renew at the next dawn, I believe. So perhaps what you do, perhaps what you do is you decide to cast it just before dawn here,
We get the
so that it recharges almost immediately once you're there.
Smart.
You cast the spell onto the mirror, and the mirror opens up, and it looks much like a normal doorway, but it has sort of a silvery, what is the liquid metal that I'm thinking?
Mercury.
It has sort of a mercury sort of reflection on it that reflects back at you, but you can also somewhat see through it. You walk through it and find yourself here in the Shadowfell.
This doesn't seem like a place I'd like to travel to.
You
It's not that.
start
different from home.
casting the teleportation circle because the sooner you can get out of there, the better.
Okay.
Presumably. How long does that take? 10 minutes?
Casting time is 1 minute.
1 minute. This has been around for a long time.
Like you've had this map ready to go for everyone?
For months and months.
That's very cool.
It was like before the Christmas one shot.
Wow.
It's a grid.
Cause it's bought.
blank! Oh.
There is, yeah, I may have to redo it, but there is
Oh
a
my
pathway that
God.
you're gonna have to use in order to go along. And we'll pick this up next session where you'll find yourself at the gates of a
Don't you touch it.
Oh.
But
wait.
it does.
Is it wrapping?
Oh, okay.
It's wrapping.
Yes.
I wanted to see.
Okay,
I was
I thought
wondering
this was
what
gonna
this
be like a
was.
full thought out map that's like
Wild.
And so we'll pick this up next week.
All right.
Players love props!
Props.
Until next time.
Props,
Okay.
props to the props team.
Bye.
Bye, everybody!
We're gonna have to turn down the lights.
Yeah, actually, that's probably all we have to do. Yeah.
Bye.